Hello, good morning. All right, we are currently live on YouTube, currently live in the Beat Floor Studio Facebook page. And come on. Not yet going live in the Learn How to Make French Bead Flowers Facebook group. What's going on? But hello, we have Devin already joining us from New York. Hello. Okay. Beautiful sunny day, 72 degrees. Awesome. Let's see, right here in Wisconsin, the Midwest USA, it is, what is it? Pretty warm. It's going to be like 80s today. It's going to be super warm. Okay, so what I'm going to do, it looks like the Facebook group is not clicking. I'm going to have to do something else and share it to the group. So give me a minute. Okay, let me scoot up to the computer. So as you can see, I am not at my usual spot. I am once again sitting on the floor because you need the spatial awareness to see what I'm doing today. So that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm sitting on the ground again. All right. So let me find the page. Okay, looks like we've got April joining us. Hello, April. Allison joining us from West Shazy. And hello, Louise from the Netherlands. Okay, let me share this to the group and we can get started. Looks like you guys found us in the Facebook page. You got sick of waiting. Okay. All right. All right, that is shared. So, well, like I said, I'm just chilling on the floor because, let me know if you can hear me. I'm using a different mic today. So I also put my hair up because the last time I used this mic, my hair was just like in the way. And if I move my head, like the hair would get in the mic and it just get muffled. So let me know if audio is okay today. That's important if you can hear me. Very important. All right, so today it is May 15th, 2025, 10:03 a.m. Central Standard Time here in the Midwest USA. Thank you to those that have already joined me. If you are just joining me, let me know. Let me know where you're watching from. What's the weather like? Okay, so this morning it's just been, you know how you get in those moods where everything is overwhelming and you need to get rid of your stuff. I'm in that mood today. So if I didn't have a live, I would still be, you know, getting rid of stuff. It's garbage day. So I move some stuff out, put some stuff in the car so I can get it to the thrift store, get it donated. So as much as I like to do things today, as much work as I have today, I think I've got, one of those hairs where I need to declutter today. But I'm going to try to get the most important things done and then get rid of my stuff. We have too much stuff. And I think that is it with everyone. Okay, so today I would like to show off some of your anthuriums. We are on the last day of this bead along. I've extended it. I've extended the PDFs to be up in the group, and also I've extended the coupon code, the Tropical 15, on my website at beadflora.com because I need to still wrap some things up. But today is the official wrap up of the French beaded anthurium bead along, and also Lauren's orchid bead along. Well, that was done, but We are wrapping both anniversary projects up. I am here today and I am going to assemble my arrangement. And you guys saw last week, I'll be using this pot here. Okay, so should I assemble first? Let's do that. Let's get started with the assembling first. Let me go into the group, see if there's any peeps over there. Okay, I'm glad you guys can hear me. Okay, that's good. That is good to know. All right. So if you are in the Facebook group, the Learn How to Make French Bead Flowers Facebook group, I shared the video, the live video onto the group so that if you make a comment, I may or may not see it. So please scoot on over to YouTube or scoot on over to the Bead Floor Studio Facebook page and I can see your comments. So I see you guys have already done that. Okay, so I'm using this pot here. This is well, you have seen this, the anthurium and the orchid attached together. I already cut it to the height that I want it. And I wanted 2 more anthuriums in the back, and I did have these made. The embroidery floss is kind of off different colors. I mean, I don't know if you can really tell, but after I floss them separately and then I attach them. So, and I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I mean, in a way, I care, but it's not too much of a difference that it's not going to matter. So, I'm not that picky about it. I'm not that picky. Okay. And I have this is what I've been furiously beating. These, whatchamacallit, birds of paradise. So I have 1, 2, and 3 birds of paradise. So I will be attaching these in the pot today. These are quite tall. So we'll see how they do in this pot. So I have not I have not potted these before, so we'll see how they do. Right. Okay. What do I need first? So I have some potting materials here. I have some non-hardening clay. So I am using some non-hardening clay today. And I will also be using some air dry clay. I want to use both for both of these properties. The non-hardening clay, even though it is called non-hardening, it's quite hard. So I want the properties of the hardness from the non-hardening clay to hold my pieces in place. I have no intentions of taking this apart once it's done. So we are not using the properties of, we want to, with the intentions of taking it apart later. Once it's potted, that's it, right? And then I'm going to put that on the bottom. And then I'm going to put using the air dry clay with its soft properties of the clay to help me get it in place. So these are, if you squeeze it, it's quite soft, right? But you can't do the same thing with this. It's quite hard. And yes, I had moss on it. There is moss on everything. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to adjust the camera. Okay, thank you, April. Thank you, Devin. Okay, I'm going to, just put this in here. I think I'm want to add some glue on the bottom, just in case. Just in case, I'm going to add some glue. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to wait for that to heat up. I'm debating how much of the clay I want in here, because I'm going to need to push that in. Let me get up and get myself situated. Okay. Allison says, those birds of paradise are gorgeous. Thank you. I designed it initially as the Bead Along project. And then I decided, no, I can't use this project for a Bead Along project. So I needed another tropical flower. And so I said, okay, anthurium. And anthurium also kind of complicated. But at that point, I was committed and I couldn't change. There was no more time to design any more flowers. So anthurium it is for the Bead Along. Right. I think I'll need some clay on all parts of the bottom. Yes, Allison, or is it Devin? Oh, okay. Okay, Devin was talking to Allison, not me. uh, all right. See, like, it's so hard. Okay. So, I'm gonna have that in here. I'm gonna stick the flowers in. Now I need to decide where I want it. Okay. I want this here. I want this to be facing the front, right? Why is my glue not coming out? If you guys are just joining me, I am just putting glue on clay. That's a totally normal thing that we do. Okay. And if you are watching in the Facebook group, I am currently not seeing your comments because for some reason they decided not to work today. It's been working all month. It's not working today. I couldn't get in. So I shared the video from my Facebook page. So scoot, if you're currently watching me live, scoot on over to YouTube or the Bead Floor Studio page. And I don't know why my glue gun is just deciding not to work today. I think it's heated up long enough. It says, Fen, Allison and I did the Anthurium bead along together. It was so much fun. We're very happy we completed them on time. I am very impressed with both of you being new beaders and you doing this Anthurium flower. This is more of an intermediate project, and I am so proud of you guys for completing it. That is awesome. It's very impressive for the amount of time that you have beaded. So both of you, very proud of you guys. Okay, so that is in. So let's see. Let's see how I want them. So, like so. I want these. I'll put these later. So, not sure. The birds are so tall. The birds are tall. Okay. So this is my idea. Okay, well, let's get this in first, then I don't have to hold on to them the whole time. All right, looks like we have Marsha joining us. Hello, Marsha. I am just potting my Anthurium and orchid. Okay. Right now it is in non-hardening clay. I may need to put some air dry clay around it to keep it in place. I kind of put it in a spot where I didn't want it, I think, but it looks okay. Let me just so. All right, that'll do. Okay, put some more clay. Okay, so April says, I'm behind on the Anthurium, still working on the third leaf. Got stuck using florist wire for the leaves, and it's harder to work with than pear wire. Yes, indeed, it is harder to work with. Okay, it looks like we have Teresa joining us. Hello, Teresa. Okay, moment of truth. Adding the birds of paradise. How do I want to do this? You know what? I think, let me see if I can change the orientation here. Okay, so I can't change the orientation anymore because I'm already live. So I was thinking I could change it so it can see it. I need to move back then. That's why I'm on the ground. Okay, so I have these at 3 different heights already. Quite long. Don't remember off the top of my head how tall they are, but they're tall as heck. Super tall. Okay, but I do want to add these in before I was going to add the birds of paradise before I added these extra anthuriums, but I think I will add the anthuriums. So right here. Okay. So right here and right. It's good. We'll see how that goes. Okay. So yes, April, it's definitely harder to work. Yeah. So I got off my train of thought. So yes, it's definitely harder to use the florist wire to bead than parawire. If you have, you don't necessarily need to use green wire. If you have maybe like silver or gold parawire, you can use that too. But of course, the green definitely is a lot cheaper than using the gold or the silver. So I guess different manufacturing processes that I don't know what just makes the metallic colors cheaper. So I'm gonna add them to the back and also cut it some more. Okay. All right. I think I like that. Different color, but whatever. I mean, as far as like the floss is slightly different, but it's okay. I'm not going to be too picky. I'm going to be too picky about that. All right, Allison says, thank you. We've been off loom bead weaving for many years, but French beading wire is a new technique. Got bit by the bug last summer with the miniature houseplants. Awesome. Okay. I thought you were newer, like new, but I guess Devin is the newest. But 1 year, that's still pretty new. It's been less than a year because I did the did the houseplants last June. So that's quite new still. All right. It's not bad on its own, right? Okay. Okay, let me decide for my view where I want the birds. Okay, it's making me nervous, but let's just put it in. Let's just put it in. Let's go. Okay, I'm just gonna put it in. I wonder if it's too tall. Put some clay, some air dry clay around it to hold it in place. Okay. All right. Next one. I know it's not the best view, you guys. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna put some clay in there. Hello, Angela. Thanks for joining me today. Okay, yeah, May is a busy month for everyone. So I am just, for some reason, every May it is super busy. And my kids aren't even graduating yet. So, so I'm sure it'll get super busy for everyone. So I'm just gonna, because I'm behind, I'm sure you're behind, I'll just leave them up so you guys can catch up. So the bird of paradise, I made the prototype, and then I made what? I took pictures for the PDF, and then I said, okay, I just need one more for the video. So I took pictures, and then as I was working on my second, this would be the third. As I was working on the third bird of paradise, I was trying to follow my pattern, and no, as I'm working on the second one, I'm following my pattern. I'm like, what the hell? Why are whatever I wrote down does not correlate with what I'm doing? Like, so I changed the pattern so I'm changing the pattern as I'm beading with all the shading patterns, right? Because it's so specific with the shading. And then I'm working on the third, working on another leaf. And then I have to, and then I was like, wait, I just changed this. how come it's not working? So I changed it some more. And then I realized afterwards that I already wrote something down. And so I was off the rows. So now my plan was just to make 3 birds of paradise, but because of my errors, I need to make 2 more. So, and I decided I need to take different pictures as well. So different pictures and video. So now I need to make 2 more. What can go in here in the spacing? Is it too tall? Is this too tall? We get these here. You know, it's hard to see, but is it too tall? How can I get a better angle? I'm just debating if it's too tall, if I need to cut it. I need to cut it. Okay, like so. I think it's okay. I think it should be okay. All right, let's lock it in. Get the clay in there. Lock it in. This one is falling over here. Okay. I think I'm going to put some like other things in there, pebbles or something like that. Got these random things I can put in there, fill in the space. So I can use less clay. It's a mixture of pebbles, some pearls, some rice. Many years ago, my parents got like a bag of like rice that they don't like eating. It was like parboiled rice. And so I said, you know what? I can use it as filler. I didn't care for it either. We are very particular about our rice. Okay. So just whatever you have that you don't want to use anymore. If you are just joining me, I am potting up my French beaded anthurium, Lauren Harpster's French beaded orchid, and also, you can't see it because it's too tall, French beaded bird of paradise. Okay, fill the space in, and then I'm going to put the air dry clay over it. So that way I'm using more scraps that I don't need and less of the clay that costs money to get. Not that the other stuff didn't cost money. So how's everyone's gardens coming along? Are you gardening this year? Because I am. And I started plants using my hydroponic system, or using hydroponics, not using a hydroponic system. I just started plants using hydroponics, and the plants got so big, and now they're taking over my house. They are so big. So far I've planted tomatoes in the garden because, they say plant after Mother's Day. But after looking at the weather for my area, I can't plant peppers or cucumbers yet. So my peppers are, well, at least I got the tomatoes out. They were taking over my house. I only had like 5, but they're so big. And a fun thing that I'm trying this year are loofah gourds and African drum gourds, because I thought I'm watching gardening YouTube videos, and you can use the gourd as like a pot. So of course I'm growing pots. The drum gourd can be used as a pot, so maybe for beaded flowers, or maybe for actual plants, but I think that would be fun. And the loofah for loofahing, well, to eat and also to use as scrubs, or for scrubbing dishes and stuff like that. All right, I think that should do it. I should have used a thicker stem for Lauren's orchid because it keeps drooping over. I don't like that. Okay, maybe I can just bend it. I did use 16 gauge, maybe because of the height. I don't know. Anyways, put this in my bucket so it doesn't dry out. Okay, it's not going in. Okay. Ooh, okay. I need some glue. I'm gonna glue the moss in. Give it some time to heat up. So let me move this back so you guys can see. So this one, it's still kind of moving, but as soon as the air dry clay dries, it should keep it in place. And I'm going to use moss. As messy as it is, I want to use moss. And I actually stuffed the clay in there real good. I don't think it will come out even when it contracts. There's so much clay in there, so much stuff in there. I don't think it'll come out. I'm just putting more clay back here. Let's do some shaping while we're at it. I think that turned out pretty good. Is it as I imagined? Mostly. Mostly as I imagined it. And it's from a thrifted pot, so it wasn't too expensive. My initial idea was to use like bark, like I did a few years ago, but I didn't find any nice bark that I could use. Okay, just a bit more clay. I don't want the birds to fall. With the birds of paradise, you can see that it's a nice thick stems. I wrapped 3 pieces of 12 gauge stem wire together to get that effect and then beaded the stem. I was debating if I wanted to bead the stem or just use floss. I was going to do just floss because beaded stem seems kind of a lot of work, but I guess it wasn't. It's a much better experience than flossing. So, but I needed the extra thickness on the stem, and that's why I beaded the stem this time. Got 2 different things of moss. All right, let's glue the moss on. Okay. Okay. Well, the glue is working nice now. I guess it just wasn't heated up enough earlier. It seemed like it was a long time. You are just joining me. I am just potting up French beaded anthurium, orchid, and bird of paradise into this arrangement. Grab some from here. All right, where do I need more? Okay, a little bit more in this crevice. Maybe a bit more over here. All right, can you believe it? It's done. Okay. And made another mess, but that's how it is. A lot better experience this year to pot than last year. I mean, not last year, my last or bead along collaboration. It took me days, many days, and a lot of beading. So this time, not as much beading, a lot less beading. And it was just a 1 day potting, not multiple days where I've waited for things to dry with the air dry clay and then adding more. So I guess say that's quick and painless. Now I just need to wait for these to dry. Okay. Bring this back so you can see the whole thing. Ooh. Okay, I'll take a picture of it later, but that turned out nice. Okay, so of course, we're just going to, as always, shape. Shape the stems. Wow, so happy with how it turned out. Too bad the bird of paradise can't all be seen in one shot. There's like moss and beads in the crevices. And rice. I think I need a bit more moss over here to cover this spot up. All right, more glue. And I think that should be it after this. All right, while I wait for the glue, I want to show off some of your anthuriums that you made. A lot of you have already finished, so I am impressed. Okay. So this is Devon's purple anthurium. Devon's a beginner, so this is very impressive for a beginner. Okay, let's look at this from Jennifer. She made the purple anthurium and pink anthurium along with Lauren's orchids. So beautiful job. Okay, here we have Karen's red anthuriums. Okay, awesome job, Karen. Excellent technique. And we have Marsha's purple anthuriums. Looks amazing. Awesome technique. Very good technique. Okay. All right. Here we have Sue's red anthuriums. Very awesome. Looks amazing. Here we have Hanlip's anthurium that she made smaller. Very good technique. I am very impressed that, again, very impressed because Hanlip is a beginner as well. So this technique for making the anthuriums, if you are a beginner and you made this, I am very impressed because it is not easy. it's not an easy pattern. So great job. Okay, and we have Suzanne's anthurium. She made the pink anthurium, and also she ad-libbed and made this green and white one. Just look at that shading. That's beautiful shading. Very beautiful. Wow. Very impressed. So good job, Suzanne. Okay, and lastly, we have Allison's pink anthuriums that she potted. Looks amazing as well. And I know it's hard to see, but the technique is awesome. I've seen the close-up shots. So your technique is great, Allison. So for as long as you guys beaded, I'm very impressed with all of your finished anthurium. So great job, you guys. So love seeing them. Oh, and just a bit more moss. Love seeing all of your finished works. So keep them coming. I love seeing them. Okay, just a little bit more here. And I think I got some clay on my stem. So I'm gonna maybe cover it with a bit of moss. I don't feel like I want to clean that up. So I'm gonna put some moss over it. Okay, so that concludes today's live. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Um, if you have any questions about, if you need help with any of the project, with the Anthurium project, let me know. I'm going to stay on just a little bit. Okay, that turned out well. Okay, so I'm going to need to clean up in here before I can take pictures. Oops. So like I was saying, I'm going to need to clean up in here before I can take pictures. And I need to get a bigger backdrop because it is quite tall. It is quite tall and you can't really, I'm going to need a bigger backdrop. So that is a process to get a bigger backdrop to take pictures. And just a little bit more over here. I just want to cover that clay. So I know there's a lot to do today. Oh, and also we will be announcing Leslie Belton's Bead Along. I need to do that later too. So I will upload that later as well. But I've got a hair in my brain that I need to I need to declutter, but also go to the garden center and shop for pots because I want pots and I want to go buy stuff, but I also need to get rid of stuff. So that's more of like that's an oxymoron right there, right? I need to shop, but I also need to get rid of stuff. I want pots. There's just too many things to do. Just overwhelmed. Just overwhelming. I need to declutter my house. That's the problem if you live with people. You live with other people. Okay. And if there are no questions on the beat along, then I will end the stream right here. And we are ending this right on time this time. I'm surprised that I was able to get this done in just 1 hour. So, oh. Okay, so hopefully my shirt didn't cover my mic at all. So, but again, I'm very surprised that I could get this done in 1 hour. No problems, no major issues. As always, we anticipate issues, right? So, but besides the Facebook group not getting comments, other than that. Okay, so. All right, I am just seeing some of your comments. I'm sorry. Okay, so Devin wants to know, did you floss the stems for the birds of paradise? I don't know if I said this before or after you wrote that comment, but no, I didn't floss the stems. I beaded the stems. I don't know if you can see that here. Let me move my camera closer. I beaded the stems. So it's a beaded stem. I cut 3 lengths of 12 gauge wire, wrap them together, and then I beaded them.